Hello everyone, welcome back to Bendy in the Dark Revival Part 7. We are now in Chapter 5. Old Track 77 is a quiet place these days. Ever since that terrible crash a few years back, people don't like to hang around. Too many strange things keep happening on this platform. Last week, one of the railmen told me they had reports of some train going through that wasn't on schedule. There were figures standing in the cars, staring through the windows, but it never stopped to let no one off, just kept on going straight through. Some say it was the Silver Lane Express, the train that crashed. From Kitty Thompson. I'm pretty sure that's like the Easter egg where if you like come here a certain time, I think it's like 3 a.m. or something, a train will drive by. Oh, there you are.
The demon's evil continues to spread. This rainbow Be quiet. What did you say?
Nothing. It was nothing.
Almost there. Just a quick stop. Won't take but a moment.
Checkpoint weapons are not allowed to be on this point. Please place all weapons and contained ink on the holding desk to the right.
The subject will stand in the designated location. Lethal object detected. The subject will submit all weapons for further screening. Disarm now.
The Tommy gun. Probably. Yep, Tommy gun, the axe.
The subject is cleared for entry. Welcome to the civilized world. How do you like my signal towers? They nullify the Ink Demon's powers so he cannot pass them. I wish I could say I invented them, but it seems our friends at the Gent Corporation had a demon problem of their own long ago.
So if you don't want the demon using his powers, just put those everywhere. That right there is a bunch of crap. That picture is cap.
And now, my dear, if you'll excuse me, I have a lot to prepare. We'll talk later, I promise. Besides, you must be very tired. A quick rest will do you good. Betty will show you to your room. She's my housekeeper, among other things.
You never actually killed the Ink Demon, did you?
No, he's too powerful to destroy. So we sealed him away, trapped him in a different form. One that was smaller, harmless.
Bendy.
It was a fitting prison, although he seems But enough talk. We'll deal with that soon enough.
There's some nice fresh blankets all laid out for you. You'll be dreaming in no time.
Wait, Wilson? One more thing. If you needed my help, why didn't you just ask?
Would you have believed me?
That's true.
Come along.
You
No
would
more
not believe
dawdling.
him.
This way now.
Get out of my way.
You're here at last. It's so exciting, finally having you with us. Now, to give you some bearings, we're currently standing in the south wing. Wilson's laboratory is downstairs, and then there's the north wing.
What about it?
The ink demon got in there a while ago.
Oh.
And ever since, we've had to keep the north wing locked up tight. I'm afraid it's fallen into ruins by now. Those juicy, lovely books gone to waste.
Books are boring.
Kittens go there these days,
Unless they're FNAF.
and they'll tear you apart limb from limb if Wilson's into you. So, mind your distance and you'll be just fine.
I think I'm gonna just sit here.
It's not very often I have guests to look after, especially one I can actually talk to. Almost everyone here either can't speak or they're completely mad. All right, here we are. Best room in the house. You should see where I sleep. Ugh. But this room, oh, just perfect. I sort every detail. Bed is clean. The bathroom is on the left. Sorry about the stains. I did try my best to get them out.
This is fire.
Did you have any questions?
Is it always night here?
It's always dark, if that's what you mean. For as long as I can remember.
Are you very old?
No. As far as I understand it, I'm something quite new. Although, I didn't turn out the way I was supposed to. One in a long line of failed experiments. But Wilson will keep trying.
And do you trust Wilson?
This is the realm of the ink demon. The shadow hangs over us all. I don't trust anyone. But Wilson takes care of me, keeps me safe. He once said I remind him of something he called his mother. Tell me, is that a good thing, where you two are from?
I'm not sure. I don't think I ever had one.
Dang.
Well, no matter. Now, I was told to make sure you get some sleep once you got here. So get nice and comfy and relax. I left something on the table that might just help you nod off. It's my own recipe. Works very fast. Just follow the instructions. Carefully.
Thanks, Betty.
Of course. If you need anything else, I'll come straight away. I'm always up.
Oh, that thing. Can't go in there. A book? Oh, jeez. How many pages are there? There's not that many pages. Well, guess what? It's story time. Oh, God. No, I never do that again. All right. The Mug and the Maiden, Volume 1, by Sir Wilton Moore. Chapter 1, The Dangerous Forest. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a mug of cheese, but it was not an ordinary mug of cheese, as you would find in any home or kitchen of the age. No, This mug of cheese was a distant descendant of one of the 3 grand Flagon kings, the same kings who had charged on horseback to defend their capital city during the unforgettable conquests of the previous century. To which of these Flagon kings he hailed from, the mug was unsure. But still there was honor and courage in his heart. His family heralded of deeds long past that forever changed the course of Stope history. Did he have a name? Of course. All mugs of cheese have names. This is common knowledge, just as every fruit bat is really named Stanley. The mug of cheese was named Richter the Cracked. What a name, I can hear you say. Cracked, indeed. This mug of cheese bears no damage that I can see. Fall silent, you small-minded bass, for therein lies our intriguing story. Let's begin at the beginning. It was a hot winter day in the forest, one of those days where everything is dull brown. The lake was still, the birds had shut up, and the trees were but sticks in the overcast sky, save for a lone pine that skimmed the clouds above like a painter's brush. It was on this day that Mr. Darble Mouse was in a hurry. He had just been named as Vermin of the Year by the society brethren that lived under the old church, and it was customary for the honoree to bring the fine port wine cheese to the cemetery ceremony. There were only hours to locate some of the precious cuisine. Fortunately, Mr. Darble Mouse knew exactly where to find it, the dark cellar below the governor's castle. But unfortunately, as he approached the loose plank of wood in the old wall, he failed to realize that the heavy rains that had come during the night had passed moisture into the plank, making it heavier than usual. Thus, when he pushed the plank with all his might, it lifted just enough to push his body only halfway through. But his strength just couldn't contend with the weight of the plank, and his arms failed. The plank snapped back down, crushing him flat. Find out what happens next time on the Mug and the Maiden cliffhanger. Nah, I'm just kidding. I never read this on my first playthrough. After all this, the story is not about Mr. Darble Mouse. Or had you forgotten the mug of cheese already? I can see how you might connect the two. Mr. Darble Mouse was, after all, looking for cheese, and we were talking about a mug of cheese just before. Sadly, I must inform you that there is no relation between Richter the Cracked and the rodent who is now nothing more than smushed guts inside the wall. Except that there is for the death of Mr. Darble Mouse. That started all the trouble. You see, when things die, they tend to smell, and that's just what Mr. Darble Mouse did. But that's not all. His body, pinned between the outside and the inside of the wood wall, had made a perfect passage for the hot winter wind. The wind, therefore, carried the stench of his decaying mouse carcass deeper into the governor's home, like a snaking, twisting wisp of terror. The smell settled into a little tavern near the courtyard of the castle. Here soldiers would spend many long hours when there was no bloodlust to soothe with battle. Strong owls and red meats filled the menu from back to front at this rustic, medieval, greasy spoon. Mostly the customers came to look upon the barmaid in Maxine, who was actually named Rita. Rita was by far the best-looking creature in all the governor's county. There was a beautiful deer woman just over the hill, but no one knew that. By day, Rita scrubbed her tavern so clean you could eat off it, which was fortunate, as it was a place you indeed would be eating, since it was a tavern. By night, she served her customers with charm, grace, but mostly drinks. Did I mention that Rita was married? Well, I am mentioning it now. Rita was married. Her husband's name was James. He didn't do much until he died. The smell of Mr. Dartlemouse knocked him flat, and that, my friends, was that. Okay, Dr. Seuss. This story has barely begun, and we've already killed 2 major characters. Needless to say, Rita was deeply distressed by the whole thing, but 20 or so minutes later, she realized she couldn't mourn forever and went to buy some cheese. 20 minutes! Yes, don't worry, dear reader. This time, the mention of cheese will probably guide us to meeting our focal hero of the tale. Also, this is a good time to start a new chapter. For real. Chapter 2. A new chapter. Rita entered the cheese shop with her guns blazing. I am speaking metaphorically, of course, by which I mean she entered the cheese shop quite determined to buy some cheese. This was because just the night before, as her husband, James, was taking note of the weird smell in the room, she had invented a delicious new concoction, a cheddar cider. It was sure to be a hit with her patrons. After all, the governor's county only had 2 exports, cheese and grapes. And she couldn't possibly make a drink from a grape. But back to the cheese. What do you mean can't make a drink from a grape? Are you dumb or stupid? Rita knocked on the counter loudly with her fist, causing the nearby cat to do absolutely nothing as cats do. From behind the wall, she heard a stir as someone was crashing through piles of cheese to make their way toward her. Emerging gloriously from the torn yellow curtains was an old man came into view. He was giant in stature with a long gray beard. Bobbing along, stuck within his beard were all manner of cheese crumbs and wedges. Wrapped tightly within his hairs, he held even more cheeses on ropes pulled across his chest, with loops of provolone linked like sausages over one shoulder. His eyes were big, and his ears were bigger still. A smile of kindness erupted from his face as he locked eyes with Rita. My, the Kurds are kind to me this hour. Hello and welcome, he bellowed. Rita bowed low and promptly began to cry. The shop owner looked at her perplexed. What did I say wrong? The barmaid sniffed and snoozed and finally answered, Forgive me, for my husband has just died and I'm out of Swiss. I am going to pause now in the story and ask myself, why Mr. Dartlemouse went to the cellar in the governor's house for cheese if there was a cheese shop nearby. I think it's best that we overlook this glaring problem in the plot, don't you? Now back to the story at hand. Rita purchased a large amount of cheese from the shop owner. She bought cheese wheels and cheese melts and cheese slices. She bought cheese whistles and cheese bread. She bought cheese paper and cheese sandwiches. She bought so much cheese, in fact, that she had just lost track of all that she had obtained and just dumped all the fromage into a large burlap sack for the return journey to the tavern. It's almost done. Goodbye, Rita, the shop owner called as he waved farewell. Goodbye, Daniel, she called back. His name was Murray, by the way. Overburdened by her treasures, Rita made her way home, following the main road to the castle. But as it always happens, the road was now under repair. A man with a skinny mule was plowing up the dirt so that he could put down new cobblestone, that stuff from Minecraft. He had a cobblestone generator right next to it. You could also see a broken one because he set it up incorrectly. Stupid noob. 4 of his associates were standing by watching him. The job would only take a few years to finish, but Rita was in a hurry. So she followed the detour sign that told her to take a different road to her left. Unfortunately, no one could read in the governor's country, so she went right instead. This mishap took her deep into the forest, where absolutely nothing of interest happened. Except something of interest did happen. As she trotted on through the forest, her sack of cheese weighing her down, muttering complaints all the way, little did she know that danger lay just ahead. This danger was cunning and dangerous, and had one of those out-of-place eyebrow hairs that drives you nuts when you're talking to someone who has one. This danger we will call Bernard, the big, ugly lizard man who wears a blue coat, which absolutely clashes with his skin color and makes him look terrible. Bernard didn't often have visitors in his house. This was because he lived outside. He was also rather fond of human flesh, which made him very unpopular. So obviously you can see the drama unfolding here. The beautiful but tired Rita huffing and puffing up the winding path as she approaches a certain doom. Bernard watching from behind a nearby tree, licking his lips. Oh, the tension is tense, is it not? At this point in time, we must pause again to ponder all the responsibilities that can happen now in our possibilities that can happen now in our story. 2 characters have died already. Surely a third wouldn't hurt anything. Are you perhaps reading this story because you want to see who will get the axe next? You're a little warped. Do you know that? Yes, I do know that. Well then, let's see what happens next. Bernard stepped from behind his hiding place, his eye-brown hair gleaming in the fully fading sun. "Dear madam, why must you pass through so fast?" he called, with his eyes glimmering. "I must get home, Bernard, because for me it's getting late and I have customers to serve. And second, because you eat people," Rita replied.
Poppycock, balderdash, codswallop. I won't hear these lies against my character,
he detested.
for I, Bernard, the big ugly lizard man who wears a blue coat that clashes with my skin color, have completely reformed myself.
Rita squinted suspiciously at him. "You have?" Bernard put a hand to his heart.
I have. I no longer prowl or pounce. I won't attack or bounce. I will not kill or maim or tear.
I won't crush or even bite you anywhere. I promise I won't devour any more. My gosh, you've become a bore. If you aren't going to be the danger in the story, then I've come all this way with 100 pounds of cheese for nothing, Rita grumbled. She boosted her sack further up her shoulders and turned with an angry grunt. But Bernard waved after her in a panic.
Wait, it's all a ruse. I intended to eat you, dear woman. I swear it,
he cried.
It's all a trick, you see, a new angle. It worked on some guy yesterday. Oh, please stay.
Rita sighed. Her strength just about gone from the long adventure she had taken since she left home that morning. She turned back and faced Bernard. "All right," she said. "But your part in the story better lead to an unexpected turn of events."
Oh, it will.
Bernard clapped and waggled his clawed finger to motion her to draw nearer. "Just wait until the next chapter." We're on chapter 3. Oh, God. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4 more pages. It's fine. Chapter 3. The next chapter. I'm not even that far into chapter 5 yet, and I've already been recording for 25 minutes. Chapter 3. The next chapter. My throat is dry, so just give me a second. This voice hurts to do after a while. Chapter 3. The next chapter. The third time I said that. All looked quite dire for Rita. Bernard had her within his grasp. Surely it would just be mere moments before his jaws collapsed upon her head. Oh, what a horrible end for Rita. Needless to say, I am worried for her, and I'm worried that all the viewers are just skipping over this entire story part of the video. But as luck would have it, they probably are. But as luck would have it, miles and miles away, 20 years earlier, something amazing happened. 2 mugs of cheese, a Gouda and a mozzarella, welcomed their first son into the world. I don't think I need to tell you his name. It was Dave. No one liked Dave. After that, their second son came forth, Richter the Cracked. Just called Richter at that time. Richter spent his early life stealing cowbells and putting them on skunks. This way, people always knew when danger was nearby. Needless to say, Richter was one smart mug of cheese. But all could not remain perfect forever, and suddenly the great skunk famine began. Richter found his world in an array, and he sought a new purpose. Fortunately, there was an opening in the governor's county for an adventurer at the time, and since he was a descendant of the 3 Grand Flagon Kings, he was boosted to the head of the line, because as we are all quite aware, even in the olden times, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Thus the adventures of Richter began. He braved deep dungeons, he slayed the great beasts, he climbed the highest mountain peaks. He sailed around the world despite the fact that he didn't own a boat. Richter was truly the stuff of a legend. He actually just had Frostwalker 3. But did I mention the curse? Yes, fair readers, there is a curse. A fiendish and terrible curse. With Frostwalker 3, he can't water bucket clutch anymore. I don't know if that's how that actually works, but probably is. One morning, while Richter was in the governor's county, he came upon a witch named Witch. This witch had just pulled out a pound cake from her oven, where she then proceeded to start ingesting it right there on the front walk of her home at once. Richter knew this creature was pure evil, eating a cake this early in the morning, and without ice cream, this was truly a fiend that needed to be vanquished.
Yo, Betty, this book is fire, bro. Is there another one? I'm not even done with this one yet. It better end good, Betty. I'll put in some good word to whoever wrote this. I need to make a part 2.
Richter jumped her fence and pulled his sword. "Would you like some cake?" the witch offered. It did look quite delicioso. Richter would not let himself be seduced into early morning cake, so he approached closer with his weapon at her throat. The witch began to sweat with a mouthful of crumbs. "I also like scone if you want to wait." Now, no gentleman or gentle mug could refuse a good scone, so Richter withdrew his sword and patiently waited for the witch to create these new buttery pastries. But what he didn't know was that the witch accidentally bumped her table and had added within the mixture a vial of cursed liquid. Oh, of course. See, I told you there was a curse. You were fair warned. Oh, God. My throat hurts. Commit, though. Gotta commit. The moment Richter ate of the scones, he fell into a deep sleep. The witch, baffled, finished her cake, then proceeded to get a civil service job in a nearby town. As the years rolled by, all that remained of the witch's house was carried off by elves, and her garden became overgrown. This only left Richter asleep in the forest with no end to his dreaming in sight. But thankfully, the story does not end here, for as luck would have it,
A giant man covered in cheese with big eyes and big ears wandered past a sleeping mug. In case you've forgotten, this was the cheese owner shop, Murray, sometimes called Bill. Unable to resist cheese of any kind, even a mug of the stuff, Murray took Richter to his shop and set him on a shelf. Here Richter sat for many years until this very fateful day. You see, in Rita's haste to gather up all the cheese she had purchased, she had swept a few things that did not belong to her in the sack as well. These items included the cat on the counter, a personalized pen, Murray's cash box. I think she'll be hearing about this one eventually. And last but not least, Richter himself. Still deeply asleep. So now that our two stories have come together, let's discover what happened next to Rita and Richter in the climax chapter. It's 2 more pages, guys. We're almost there. This is a fire book. A whole 4 chapters. Just saying, if I was actually reading a book, I would have finished it by now. Let's see, I was at like 24 minutes of recording when we checked out like chapter 3. 30 minutes now. God. Chapter 4. The climax chapter. It was the same hot winter day in the forest, and Mrs. Darble Mouse was finally starting to get concerned. Just down the road, Rita was being drawn towards an almost certainly bloody and horrific end to her life. Bernard was just moments from taking her within his lizard jaws, and mere hours from trimming his eyebrows. Rita stood her ground. She was no damsel in distress, but simply a person who was pretty darn tired by this point. She pulled the burlap sack of cheese from her body and swung it hard with every last bit of strength she had left in her. An ear-shattering crack broke through the silent trees as the bag made contact with Bernard's shocked face. His teeth flew in all directions, falling like pebbles to the ground. His eyeballs dislodged and rolled into a nearby stream. His jawbone turned completely around and planted itself on the back of his head. I'm glad this is a book and not a visual, or else this video would probably get taken down. Bernard ran screaming into the woods, never to be seen again this week. His cries faded, and the forest once again fell soft and quiet. A cow walked by. The most random things. Rita, still standing with her sack outstretched in her arms, stood wide-eyed at what just happened. Surely no cheese in her bag was hard enough for that kind of impact. As she placed her burlap sack upon the dirt and peeled it open, she was amazed to find Richter, the mug of cheese inside, and looking quite dazed. He had awakened, and the curse was finally lifted somewhere behind a desk. The witch looked up and nodded with a smile. But oh, dear reader, look at what was now upon his mug body. A giant and elegant crack, a very mark of a warrior. His hero's journey was finally complete. Richter the Cracked had emerged. Yes, it is true that Richter didn't really do anything important in the attack on Bernard. Just by Richter being there, he was at the perfect time. He had saved Rita. The fates were with them. Richter and Rita talked and laughed and ate cheese until the sun went down. But Richter's a mug of cheese, so it was cannibalism. Finally, they packed up their picnic and headed back to the tavern, where they were met with cheers of excitement. This is mostly because the guys had found out that Rita was now single. The final page! As the night wore on into the early morning of the hours, the tavern remained alive in the castle courtyard with singing and dancing and cheddar cider. Oh, what a celebration! But like all parties of such proportion, eventually everyone sobers up and you have to go home. Before long, it was dawn. The sun began to rise steadily in the west, marking a fresh adventure on the horizon.
The wind of a new direction began to blow. With a more steady pace, it skittered across the ground and found its way between the floorboards of the governor's castle. Here, against all odds, it found the barely remaining body of Mr. Darble Mouse. The wind carried the stench far beyond the borders of the castle, over the mountains and deep within a dark cave where Evil slept.
What the heck is that smell? Said Evil, awakening with hellfire burning behind his eyes. Eventually, news of this great evil spread from town to town until it reached the ears of Richter the Cracked. He polished his sword and gathered some crumbs of bread to store in his mug, wearing his best expression of courage. Richter once again set off to conquer the day. His story was not yet over, but for now, dear reader, we return to our own lives. So let us end this tale with one closing thought, shall we? Be we cracked or small or even dead, there's always a purpose to where we are led. Be brave and strong, and lest we forget, fate isn't quite done with any of us just yet. Finally! Oh my god, finally. Man, Betty said this recipe right here was supposed to help us go to sleep, but I think reading that book's about to make me go to sleep.
Gilson. What's a Gilson?
I'm not gonna say that. I don't think I can say that. I'm gonna get canceled if I say that. Oh god. I'm just gonna get destroyed if I say that. A Gilson. I don't know. What's a Gilson? Hey, it's me. Is Gilson a green Wilson? What? Yep, okay. Oh.
The machine speaks to me, revealing its many possibilities. What I can accomplish using its power is beyond any measure. Life and death can become a thing of the past. Poverty and hunger, a distant memory. I can remake the world anew. But does the world deserve such a gift? For now, I have bigger matters at hand. A man in a black coat came asking at the front desk about the machine. Said he was from the Gent Corporation. Fortunately, the receptionist knew nothing, and he left quietly. Later, I found his name on the sign-in form. Mr. Alan Gray.
Okay. Boing. Library. Oh no.
Nothing here.
Not more books. Alright. Chapter 7. Spatial displacement of unknown elements. Let us imagine a long wire stretching between 2 points in known time. We will call this length of time the euphonic base. From here we can dispel all needs of societal normalcy and all typically understood junctions of the world we know as the present. Once the euphoric base is achieved, it creates a shared understanding that there must be space around the wire that is not the wire itself. This place, a Cromley vacuum, could be in itself a host to many wires running in as many directions as we can perceive. Using a vessel of flow, a flux break, we can escape from our wire to another wire. This allows us to not just reveal these alternate timescapes, but command them with a larger understanding of their existence. Further still, in theory, we can bring elements of one world into another, displacing matter into a new state regardless of the current host wire's rules. The reality and function of the elements becomes a new euphonic base.
Well, that didn't tell me anything. This doesn't help at all.
That told me about alternate universes and stuff. Chapter 9, Simple Snacks. If you are in a hurry, like I always am, you don't have time to put together complex or large meals. Fortunately, we have some scrumptious and simple recipes that satisfy and take no time at all to prepare. People will ask you how you made these so fast, and you can just sit back and smile. Saucy Cheese Buddies recipe. Take a loaf of leftover Italian bread, it must be leftovers, and slice it into 4-inch strips. Lightly butter your bread strips on one side only, and lay them face up on a baking sheet. Toast in your oven for 2 to 6 minutes at 400 degrees, or just until they begin to brown. Sprinkle a thick layer of mozzarella cheese over your strips, and leave them in the oven for just a minute or two to melt the cheese. Remove and serve with your favorite Marina sauce or Mariana sauce, or spice things up with a little ranch dressing. Quick, easy, and super tasty. Next page that we're not going to read because I can't is chocolate bacon soup. That sounds absolutely disgusting.
Well, that didn't tell me anything.
Yeah, it did. It told me that I'm not playing a bendy game, I'm playing a game about reading books. Section 4, Freshwater Critters. The yellow perch. If you find yourself looking for hard-fighting fish that won't rip your hands, you should look no further than the common yellow perch. This freshwater fish is always quick to bite anything they can get their jaws on. The best way to catch yourself one is to work your bait, worms, minnows, or larvae towards the bottom of the water and guide your line back up. If you don't need much seasoning when it comes time to cook it either. The flavor of the yellow perch is built right in. Good eatings. The Gilson fish. This is strange little fish that is pretty hard to come by. The Gilson is not known to be easy to catch and will ignore most bait. To make matters worse, the Gilson can move very fast, making it a rare sight. Oops, sorry. In the end, I was able to snatch me up this little guy with a very clever solution. Apparently, the Gilson is sensitive to sound vibrations and will go into shock upon hearing some sweet music. So crank up the tunes and this fish will be easy to grab. Crush up the Gilson into powder and stir into the water for a powerful soothing drink.
So, I'm looking for a fish?
Yeah.
There's gotta be one here somewhere.
Conservatory. Piano. Just a
That's
fishy.
fish.
Gilson, come here.
He's too fast.
You missed. You could have easily grabbed him. You missed, bro. You suck, Audrey.
Maybe if it was closer.
Why don't I just break the fish tank?
That did it. Looks like the fish is asleep.
Gotcha.
from me, you little stinker. Hello?
I forgot the Gilson again, didn't I? And there's some already ground up in the kitchen too. I'll bring it up to your room straight away, shall I? Oh, and maybe you could put Harold back in his tank. He does so hate the dry air.
Because he's a fish. How'd you do that so fast?
Now, just 3 sips of water.
That's not water.
1, 2.
That's not
3.
water. Alice. That was a wee bit loud. just a little bit loud. By the way, that wasn't otter. That wasn't water. That was ink. Idiot.
I was almost afraid you'd miss my party.
What's going on?
Oh, it seems you're just a little overwhelmed. It's all right, honey. I understand. It's not every day one gets to bask in the glory of
You ain't no angel.
Alice, to be exact. That's who I am. Sent from above.
I don't know about that one.
Independent perfection.
What do you want?
Right to the chase. I like that. The truth is, honey, you're one of a kind. And to put it bluntly, what I want is your face removed, your skin peeled away like paper, and your insides torn out and tossed onto my table. Custom parts, ready for my delicious harvest. And with your generous sacrifice, I'll be beautiful. But for now, let's have fun. Plenty of time for a bloodbath later. Ooh, how about a game? Let's all play a game of riddles.
Riddles? What a wonderful idea!
No.
All right, honey. Here's the deal. Behind you is the door to freedom. But it will only be opened if you solve my little puzzle and return to your special chair. Then I'll throw this heavy switch here. If you get the puzzle right, you walk away. Get it wrong, you fry. Let's begin.
The fox thinks the rabbit smells of elderberry. I couldn't see them sitting together.
Okay. Fox not next to rabbit.
Never sits with the bird, but he loves the playful company of the bear.
Okay, so fox not by rabbit, rabbit not by... So rabbit only by the bear.
The pompous fox? Well, he wouldn't be caught dead sitting on the left. Far too pedestrian.
Alright, so hold on. Fox not on the left. Let's see what we know here. So it could be like...
think it might be like rabbit, bear, bird, fox. I'm gonna go with it. Time to find out.
Hold on tight, honey. Here it comes. 3, 2, 1.
Let's go. Easy. That's actually a little FNAF reference. Oh my god, shut up. I ain't a party pooper for solving your crappy puzzle, Alice. Oh, Jesus! Scared the crap out of me. Can I use this, or does it need to be all the way charged? Yep, all the way charged. Let's go. Over here. Bonk. Sent from above. Yeah, no. Arrow pointing up here.
Stop hiding! Start dying! Gotcha!
I don't think she got me.
Come out wherever you are! Just be careful! Help me be careful!
I think she might be a little bit mad. No, I'm just chilling in here. Probably should have upgraded.
Stop hiding! You hiding from me?
We're chilling. Probably need this filled again, I'm guessing, so I will do that.
have to, like... Boom. To buy some coffee. Comfort coffee. Oh, Jesus. Psychopath. Banish Alice Angel. So can I, Alice. Bro, shut up. Now, how do I get over there? Oh, and there's a box back over here. Oh, you psychopath. Calm. Oh, Jesus! History repeats itself.
It's our face. Beautiful. Always were. Why does this feel so familiar?
Huh, I wonder.
Are you all right, Audrey?
Alice, I
Tom.
can't tell you how good it is to see you. And this must be your wolf.
Audrey, meet Tom. He's my protector. My friend.
Wow, Tom is so approving of Audrey, but just hated
Now I
Henry.
understand why you don't like being called Alice.
The machine creates many of the same forms. At least on the outside. On the inside, we're all pretty different.
Well, from now on, I'm gonna call you something other than Alice. It just doesn't suit you.
Oh? What do you have in mind?
How about
Allison.
Allison?
What did I say? I'm a genius.
Okay.
Almost, you know, like Allison Pendle.
Only if you can tell me what in heaven's name you're doing in Wilson's retreat.
Wilson, I almost forgot. I have to get back right away.
Are you crazy? Wilson's our enemy.
Do you even know him? Have you ever talked to him?
I've seen what he's done. That's good enough for me.
Look, it sounds like he has a plan to kill the Ink Demon. For good. And I think he can help us all. I just need to go back and hear him out.
Well, if it's true, you'll both need as much help as you can get. The Ink Demon won't go down without a fight. Tom and I will gather some of our friends. Anyone who's left. Good luck, Audrey.
You too, Allison.
Mind if I take this?
Did she just... Okay, I don't know where the food went, but... Wait, oh no, it's flipped. Okay, it's over here. Take my fake money. Alright. Well, so far I'm pretty sure most of this video was reading a book. Awesome. Beautiful people run this world. If you have brains or talent, you may just sneak through the gates. But with a pretty face, every door opens. The crowds bow to you. They ask your name. They want you to attend. They ask you to speak. A silky voice with gorgeous lips is everyone's weak spot. I was reborn with my perfection stolen from me. To get it back, I'll rip this rotted world apart. Angels are beautiful. Angels are beautiful. From Alice Angel. This? Oh, Jesus. Bro, yo, Bendy, I think you need to get your voice checked. It doesn't sound like you're doing too good, man. I think that guy just over there just got murdered, so that's cool. Well, currently, no dashy dash. Wait, I can peek? How long is it gonna take bro to see me? Right here, stupid. Oh god. I'm screwed. Rip. That's crazy how he just sees me through the wall. Oh, over here's just a respawn spot. Hey, I died. Now I get a tape as a reward, I guess? Thanks, game.
It's been years and my face is still a mystery to my co-workers. They don't know me. They avoid me as if I carried some infectious disease. At first, this was an insult, but now it is a gift. With the right costume, I
What is the purpose of up here? There's literally, like, nothing. I mean, there's nothing up here, so what's the point of it except a couple fake monies? But that's it. I gotta figure out a way to get past this dude. Mr. Keeper Man. Yo. Oh, what are you doing? I know I shouldn't have trusted that. There we go. Now I'll just wait here for him to go past, and we'll be chilling. Let's take this time to talk about the sponsor that doesn't exist. Whoa, what is that lag, dude? Bro, what is that lag? Jesus. No, hold on, I gotta... Bro, what was that lag? That was horrendous. Bro, his weird tentacles just touched me. It's really cool how he somehow doesn't hear that. Please not lag.
Dear Alice, I don't know if you will read these notes, but I'll keep leaving them for you. I hope someday you'll understand my words, and the madness will fade from your mind. In this strange and dark place, we can find light and purpose. We are not left to just wander alone, craving beauty, power, and other meaningless things. Even the heart of someone feeling incomplete can discover joy. We're not lost, we're merely waiting to be found. We are so much alike, formed from the same mold. We're like sisters, you and me. We're like sisters, you and me. I wish I could comfort you in the wisdom to let your heart melt into happiness. I won't give up trying to reach you before it's too late. A friend.
I was doing like a boy voice the whole time, then it says sisters. I'm like, oopsies. That's my bad.
This music box could make a good distraction if I can fix it.
Now I gotta figure out how to fix this mailbox, I guess. Mailbox? Music box. Let's go. Never mind. That's a keeper. Let's not. Just walk right into the keeper. No squeak. They say he killed my lord. They say the ink demon fell. They said I was a false prophet. But I say my lord lives. But I say he will return. But I say you better watch your back, Mr. Wilson. Can I get an amen? Amen, Sammy. Amen. Hee hee ha ha. That's my bad. I'ma follow you. Because I need to go this way. Alright, let him pass. Part of the music box, not the mailbox. Think I can run back fast enough? I don't think I can. Let's go. Wow. Man, he is slow. Dude, why are you so slow? You're just now getting to the corner? Yeah, come try to get me, loser. No. All his fault. Oh my gosh. No. How? Why is its reach so far? Dude, I'm back over... Okay, I don't think I have to hit that thing again. Knew it. Is there another part for the music box that I need? I don't think that was the entire thing. Let's wait for that guy to go and turn around. Oh, what is he doing? Yeah, I need the other part still. Where's the other piece at? Oh, what? Oh my god. Find the dancing figure. Okay, where is it? I'm in the low FPS universe. I don't like this. Maybe it's in that little area he's coming out of right now? Oh no. I'm so confused. It's down somewhere? Maybe it's over here somewhere? Oh my god. But where? Where would it be over here? I'm confused. Oh. He's hacking. No. Oh my god.
That's all the pieces for the music box.
I don't have enough. That's not good. I'm running out of batteries. Didn't even notice I have, like, no batteries. That's not good. That's pretty bad, actually. Is he leaving? Dude! Where did he come from? Well, that was not fair. That guy just appeared from nowhere. Whatever, he helped me get back here faster, so... Whatever. How many slugs do I have? Am I almost out? I have a lot. Okay.
Fixed. Now I just need to find a good place to put it. Here goes nothing.
Finally out of there.
There you are, thank goodness. Wilson's waiting for you downstairs in the laboratory when you're ready. But first, can I get your help with something? Normally, I wouldn't ask this of a guest, but with all that's happening, I can't sneak out and get things like I usually do. Do you think you could pop round to the farmer's market back in town and find me a few ingredients? We're running quite low in the kitchen, and I was hoping we could all celebrate tonight with a lovely supper. Won't take but a moment if you go by train. Up to you. No pressure.
Okay. I'm not gonna do that though. I'm gonna do my main objective. Wilson knows your purpose. Does he? Ooh, radioactive goo. That's my favorite food. Well, before I go in there, I would just like to say thank you for watching. That is the end of this episode, and see you in the next one, which I'm pretty sure will be the end of the game.